In this Circuits of the Past video, we'll take a drone flight over the parts of the site where the old Hockenheimring used to be. We begin at the location of the Jim Clark chicane. The section that follows was demolished in 2002 to make way for trees. Later in the video, we'll share more details about that. Don't get fooled by the empty site along the brook. That wasn't where the track used to be. The track ran to the right of the brook, where there are now trees. Okay, doff your cap, there's some history time for the old Hockenheimring. Hockenheim started in 1932 as a street circuit, initiated by Ernst Christ, an assistant timekeeper and motorsport enthusiast. In 1930 he conceived the idea of opening a circuit in his hometown Hockenheim. With the support of Mayor Philipp Klein and the German Motorsport Association, they extended 2 public roads to create a triangular trail of sorts. Due to budgetary constraints, the first motorcycle race, held on the 29th of May 1932, took place on partially unpaved tracks. The original Hockenheim circuit was driven anti-clockwise, characterised by its long straights, intended as a high-speed circuit. It underwent its first modification in 1938 by adding a new section to bypass the village of Hockenheim, creating the famous oval wing with the Ostkurve. The driving direction at this time remained anti-clockwise. We now fly over the crash site of the legendary 2-time Formula 1 champion Jim Clark. On the 7th of April 1968, he sadly lost his life here during a Formula 2 race. Near the big tree below is the memorial in his honour. After World War II, the first post-war races in Germany were held at the Hockenheimring on the 11th of May 1947. In the 1960s, a new highway prompted the need for a reconstruction to keep the track operational. Dutchman John Hugenholtz designed a new section with a stadium called Motordrome, inspired by the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The track, now clockwise with the Motordrome attached, opened in 1966 as a fully permanent racetrack. Safety enhancements in 1970 included the construction of chicanes halfway along both its long straights. The German Formula 1 Grand Prix was first held here at the Hockenheim later that year and became a recurring venue from 1977. Another chicane was added in 1982, just in front of the fast Ostkurve, and that's where we are now. With the popularity of Michael Schumacher in the 1990s and the opening of the new Lausitzring, circuit bosses feared the loss of the Grand Prix, so a plan was made to modernise the track. A new section, designed by Hermann Tilke, was built. To compensate for all of the felled trees, the old track was partially demolished to plant new trees back again. That was a section that we just saw the bird's eye view of. We're now flying over the remaining straight from the Ostkurve to the Senna chicane. The new track, which you can see now in the background, opened in 2002, but the reconstruction itself was a financial disaster, which brought Hockenheimring to the brink of bankruptcy. Thanks to government intervention, however, the track could be saved from downfall, with taxpayers' money, of course. At this point, Hermann lost the image connection with his drone, so he could no longer see where the drone was. So the only thing he could do was to press the return home button. So let's enjoy the return home flight to the site of the old Ostkurve. The guy pressing all the buttons and with the fancy drone is Hermann Lischmeyer. He's the founder of the website Circuits of the Past and this YouTube channel. He filmed this footage with his drone. I'm Simon Smith, I voice over the videos and have a YouTube channel called Higher Plane Games. Now you can clearly see the huge empty space on the site of where the Ostkurve used to be. The road right in front of us is the remains of the old Dreiecksgleis, the very first version of the Hockenheimring. Many sources will tell you that the first version was actually built as a test track for Mercedes to test their cars for the Triple E Grand Prix. But, as we've said before, this is absolute nonsense. Don't believe a word they say. This first version was actually a street circuit of motorcycle races only. In our video, Top 10 Urban Myths and Misconceptions in Motorsport, we bust 9 more urban myths just like this one. So we recommend you watch that video. Why not after this one? Go on, treat yourself. Whilst we enjoy the safe landing of this drone on autopilot, thank you very much Herman, I'd like to draw your attention to the circuitsofthepast.com website. There you can find an article about the history of Old Hockenheim and many other race circuits too. There's also a free ebook to download all about 7 abandoned racetracks that you can visit legally, hopefully today. For now though, thank you very much for watching this drone flight over the Old Hockenheim, and don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on our next video from another circuit from the past, and occasionally, just like this one, from the present too. Take care.